So now I'm starting to work on the modifications I want to make to the circuitry of this printer. Now this little holder I'm printing out right now is for some stepper motor smoothers. They're basically a bunch of diodes that we put into a stepper motor circuit, because a stepper motor has a strange way of producing electricity and causing some little spurious voltages to be generated inside the stepper motor itself, and that causes a little bit of a bump in some prints with a 3D printer. So the Z-axis up and down isn't as prone to these problems as the X and the Y-axis of the printer. So I'll put one on the extruder, and I'll put one on the X and Y axis of the system. And this little plastic box or holder I'm printing right now is going to hold those stepper motor smoothers to the top of this box where the main system board is, and that's where the smoothers will go when I put them in. These are the 3 stepper motor smoothers that I'll be putting on the XY and the extruder on the 3D printer. Won't do the Z-axis, but it will do the X-axis and the Y-axis and the extruder. Where the things I'm talking about plug in, you just take the plug loose from the board, plug that plug into here, and then take this plug and plug it into the board where it was. It's a simple installation. The little holder I'm printing right now is supposed to have little clips in it, and these will clip into it, and then that whole little plastic board can be affixed to the top of the system board compartment. Here's the layout of the system board, and what we're talking is, see, here's the X motor, just unplugging the plug from here, plugging it into the little extruder, the smoother, and then plugging the smoother back into wherever you take it out. So we'll do the X, the Y, and the extruder down here. And that'll be my first upgrade to the circuit board. Well, I'm about an hour and 15 minutes into the print, 52%, so it's about a 2.5 hour print. Looks like it's still working on it well. I can't remember if it's for 4 smoothers or 3. I think it's for 4. I'm just going to be using 3. But it's still printing. Everything's still working. No problems whatsoever. All right. 2 hours, 10 minutes. And we have a stepper motor smoother holder. It doesn't have clips. It's got slots that hold the smoothers in, and then this screws down where the fan is mounted, it looks like. Back came out pretty good. I've scratched up the build surface a lot. Learning, so I ordered a glass build surface for it. Alright, let's put this thing in and see what happens. Well, that was really easy. Just 2 screws, take out, lift up the fan, put the bracket down over it, and screw the fan back down. Now the smoother holder is just like part of the case. I don't have to do anything else. And then after I hook them up, or before I hook them up, I haven't decided yet, just sliding them in the, oops, there we go, sliding them in, and then the holder holds them. Not much clearance over there. Wow. Well, I will figure it all out. Well, I tried to loosen the 2 screws and cheat the little plastic holder board around kind of clockwise a little bit to pull this connector away from the edge, but this thing is made so perfect for this. And like I say, this board is really just kind of like it was made for that. These little smoothers slide back and forth a lot, so I am going to put a little bit of double-sided tape on them just to try to secure them up inside this holder. And then I guess we'll see what we can do about connecting them up. So I just used a little bit of double-sided tape on the bottom of the smoother. But it's hard to get that edge off. So there it is, all, like I say, I got a little bit of, oops, that one don't hold real well. Oh, there's not really much of a ledge underneath it for that. Oh well. With the rest of these, nice and tight. This one's a little loose. It's getting a little tighter as the tape underneath it sticks a little better. So it's a matter of taking the connector out of the board, plugging it into one of these, plugging the other side into where the connector is taking it out. That's not very complex. I put a second piece of double-sided tape underneath this one. Now it's in there. They're all nicely, firmly held in there. So again, it's just time to hook them up, and that's the end of this project. It's really a simple one. Well, there it is, finished and running again. Must have done something right. We'll see how the next few prints come out, if they actually come out better. But one more project down.